episode, or today's video. So today, we're going to be talking about something serious. So, let's real quick take a breather. Okay, now let's get into this video. First, I just want to put out a warning and tell you guys, well, first I just want to put out a warning. I want to say, so this video is going to deal with seizures, and yeah, so seizures and just like, yeah, we're going to be talking about seizures today. If you have had seizures, or if you can't listen to like seizures and what they're about and what it's like to have them, then this video is not for you, sis. Anyway, let's get into the video real quick. But before I get into the video, I just want to say, guys, please, I know you guys are very respectful, but please be even more respectful. Today, we're going to talk about seizures, and it's a hard thing for me to talk about. Bump my hand. Anyway, guys, thank you. Okay. So, it's actually kind of cold here, and it's really early in the morning, so I'm actually gonna cuddle with my blanket. So I hope you guys don't mind. And on top of cuddling my blanket for this episode, I'm also gonna real quick go get something. Okay. Freak. Spilled my coffee. That's okay. Okay, boom. My socks wet now. Just take out my socks. This is gonna be a weird video. Well, actually, not really, because we're just talking about seizures, so it's not that weird. Okay. Okay. So, now, we got my blanket, and we got my coffee. Oh yeah, I love this cup. This coffee cup. This coffee cup is actually a YouTuber's coffee cup. Her name is Shoe on Head. I love her. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. I love her and her boyfriend. They're amazing. They're amazing YouTubers. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about seizures. Why don't we? Okay. So first, let me explain what seizures are for the people who don't know what seizures are, or for people who are like, I don't know if I should watch this or not because I don't know what seizures are, kind of thing. Anyway, let's explain what seizures are. Okay. Seizures is when your brain acts up, basically. That's like the simple version of it, is that seizures are when your brain acts up. Okay, there's a lot more to that than just your brain acting up, of course. But, you know, for people who don't know and don't understand what seizures are, it's basically just when your brain acts up. So yeah. Which sometimes your brain can turn off, and when your brain turns off, sometimes you'll be brain dead. Sometimes you can die. You can actually die from seizures and die from brain dead sometimes, so you know. Anyway, so yeah, now we know what seizures are. Let's real quick talk about what can happen to seizures. Let's talk about what can happen if you have seizures, and, you know, what can it do? Okay. Seizures can... Okay, now that we know what seizures are, let's talk about if you don't know, I spill my coffee a lot because I'm really bad at holding things. That's okay. It's okay. Anyway, luckily I'm not going anywhere today. Anyway, let's talk about, so now that we know what seizures are, let's talk about my story and how I got seizures and, you know, what happened to that. Okay. So, when I was little, I was a pretty normal child. I don't know what exact age I was when I had seizures, but I'll ask my mom, and when she tells me, I'll put it up on here. I'll edit it in, so yeah, so you guys know. But anyway, but I don't know what age I got my seizures at. I just remember having them in elementary school, so it's around whatever age you're in elementary school at. So I don't know what grade in elementary. No, it had to be. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I went to 2 elementary schools when I was little. I'm not gonna say the names, but I went to elementary school 1 and elementary school 2. Elementary school 1, I was there for kindergarten, 1st grade, and 2nd grade. And then elementary school 2, I was there for the rest of my elementary school days. And I remember having these seizures at the elementary school 2. No, not elementary school 1. So yeah. Anyway, so now let's get into, okay, so basically the first memory I have of me having a seizure was, and I don't remember that clearly, I had talked to my mom and stuff like that about this, so like I do know what has happened. So yeah, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Basically, I remember I was sitting at my little table doing my work, and then all of a sudden, boom, I had the seizure. So when you have seizures, your brain starts acting up, which means that you can't remember any of it. It's kind of like you're doing something and then boom, you black out. That's basically what it feels like. So yeah. Anyway, but basically had the seizure, and then I woke up and I looked around me and there was a bunch of people around me. I didn't understand what was going on, because if I remember right, this was my first seizure. If not, I'll put it in, I'll put no it's not, and then yeah, I'll fix it somehow in the editing, you'll see. Anyway, but basically I saw everyone was around me, and you know, I just was like, what happened? And they're like, oh, you had a seizure. And I'm like, what? Because I didn't understand what that was. Anyway, yeah. So then apparently, according to my mom, it wasn't 5 minutes, it was under 5 minutes, which the under 5 minutes thing is basically if you have a seizure in school, if it's under 5 minutes, then they won't take you to the hospital, but if it's over 5 minutes, then they'll call the ambulance and they'll take you to the hospital. Anyway, that's our 5-minute rule. Well, that's our 5-minute rule. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. Anyway, why do I spill my coffee? I don't know what I do. I didn't mean to spill my coffee, I swear. Oh my god, it feels so ashamed. Okay, but sorry, let's go back to the story. So yeah, basically, I had a seizure, and if I remember right, this is my first time. So, after that, it stopped for a little bit, if I remember right, and yeah, next seizure. So, I'm still not on medicine, if I remember right. Yeah, no, I still wasn't on medicine, I don't think. This is how I remember. I still wasn't on medicine, and basically, I don't even, I think they told my mom about it, but I think my mom was like, oh, okay. She didn't really understand it, and yeah. And they never took me to the hospital. That school didn't take me to the hospital, so yeah. Anyway, so I still wasn't taking medicines for my seizures. Anyway, sorry guys, but basically what I remember was one of my best friends was spending the night at my house, and we were in my room playing dolls, probably, I can't remember, but we were playing dolls or something like that, or watching a movie or something like that. I can't remember what we were doing, and then boom, blackout again. I woke up in the hospital, and I found out that right when I had a seizure, my best friend saw I was having a seizure, realized I was having a seizure, and ran to go tell my parents. What we didn't know though, and what she told my parents, was she actually knew what was going on, and she explained seizures to my parents because her dad had seizures. And we did not know that. But, you know, some may say God did that, and that was the work of God. If you guys know me, I don't believe in God. I think God's stupid. No offense to anyone who believes in God. It's just, I don't believe in God. So, yeah. Anyway, but basically, I think it was the universe. And, like, I believe in other things, I don't believe in God, but I believe in other things that some may say, oh, they're more crazier than God, or whatever, but, you know, it's just what I believe in, so. Anyway, but I believe that the universe, you know, helps people out with things. I do believe that we have control over our lives. I do believe that. But I believe that sometimes the universe will put something in this world to help us out. So, or to destroy us. Who knows? I think of it like this. Okay. I think of it like this. I think of it as, if you're a good person, then the universe will give things to you to help you out with things. But I think if you're a bad person, then I think the universe will put things in the universe to either destroy you or, you know, they'll take things away from you. So, anyway, that's how I think it is. And sometimes things just happen to good people, and it just sucks. And you just gotta find strength. And you just gotta move on. You'll never move on, but like, it'll be really hard to like get over it or anything like that, but like, you gotta realize that like, life is precious, and you know, you gotta find strength in yourself to, you know, just, you know, have a good life for the people that have cherished a way that you loved. So yeah, I feel really deep. Anyway, but basically, back to the story. But basically, she told my parents that stuff, and I woke up in the hospital, and my mom told me all of that. And yeah, the doctor checked everything and was like, okay, good, she's good to go. She just had a seizure. And he told us, hey, you know, she had a seizure, we should probably put her on some medicine. You should go see your doctor, and give him this, and he'll put you on that seizure medicine. And stuff like that. Okay, cool. And we left. Next day, we went to the doctors, and they were like, okay, because, you know, you had a seizure that day, we're gonna have to schedule you in with a special doctor. So, I call it a special doctor because I don't know the word for it, but there's like these seizure doctors or whatever, but I call them a special doctor. So, anyway, so basically, then we're like, okay, cool, we go home. And then we call the special doctor and we plan the time where we're gonna go see him. Then it's the day we're gonna go see him. And we go see him. Okay, so I know it's like a really weird detail, but I remember this so clearly. So basically, the special doctor that we went to has this office, has like this building, and every time when we walked into it, the first floor would always look like a zombie apocalypse happened. I swear to God, like it didn't look messy or anything. It just was like it was all so clean, and there's no one there, and it was super weird. It was super weird just walking into a building seeing no one. It was super weird. So it was like a zombie apocalypse, honestly. The first time we went there, we got really lost and confused. But then we found out, but then we went upstairs and we realized, oh, where we were supposed to go is upstairs. Yeah. So it was basically like they had like a whole floor of. They had the first floor had like some like things where people would sit and be under like this glass and they're like, hello. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and then there was like a bunch of chairs and stuff. But yeah, but like no one was there. That was the weird part. Anyway, yeah. So basically, we go upstairs and we check in and we sit down and then we wait. The doctor calls us in and he's like, hello, and we're like, hello, and he starts talking to us and he's like, we're gonna have to plan another meeting because we can't do it today, but I want to see what's going on in your brain. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh, okay. I'm a little nervous. I don't know what that means, but okay. Yeah, so basically we schedule, sorry guys, anyway, but basically we schedule a appointment. And then we go and then we go to this meeting. We go to this appointment night when it's time. Anyway, basically we go to this appointment and we do everything in, we check in, and then we see the doctor. When we see the doctor, he brings us to this second room. So like they bring us into this room. We sit down, we wait for the doctor comes in, we talk for a little bit, and then he brings us to another room. We walked into this other room, and I sat in the chair, and basically, okay, let's hope that doesn't fall. Sorry guys. Anyway, but basically, right when we walked in, they put these little things on my head. And basically, what they are these little things that you can, when you put them on your head and stuff like that, you can see what someone's brain looks like on a computer. So yeah. But I had to be asleep to see my brain. So basically, right when I sat in the chair, he was like, okay, so we're gonna go see your brain, but you have to be asleep first. So here we go. He gave me some stuff to fall asleep. So I fell asleep after a little bit. And because I'm asleep, I don't remember any of this, but I remember my mom telling me about this. So yeah. Anyway, so basically, when I was asleep, they looked at my brain and the doctor looked at it and was like, okay. And he was like, and then basically after that he told my mom, yeah, she does have seizures and she does have to be put on a medicine. So then he gave us a prescription for medicine. Then, like, after a couple days, my medicine came in. We went to go get my medicine. We got my medicine, and then I was on medicine. So I was on medicine for the first time for seizures. So yeah, so now I had to tell all my friends and family, hi, I have seizures. Basically means that I have like a freak out, my brain turns off. Yeah, it's a little weird. Anyway, but yeah, basically told everyone, and a lot of people didn't understand it right when they heard about it. But, yeah. And anyway, so as I started growing up, I started not having that many seizures, but I did have some. Another Caesar that I remember pretty clearly is one where I was at my ex grandma Pool's house. Or oopsies, I'm gonna cut that out. Anyway, my ex grandma. So if you guys don't know, I'll explain it in our video. But basically, some stuff happened, and most of my family was like, I don't want you to be part of our family anymore. So we're just not gonna talk to you ever again, kind of thing. So yeah, anyway. But this was when they were cool with me, and we were still family. Anyway, but basically, I was at her house, and I was playing with my cousin. Well, my cousin. So yeah, she's still super nice to me. She never was like, hey, we're not gonna be family anymore. But you know, anyway. So basically, when I was playing with my cousin, all of a sudden, like again, I black out. And then right when I blacked out, my face is super white. Okay, I see something, but oh, bitch, I spilled my coffee again. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so basically what happened was, so basically they took me to the hospital. So yeah, and then they got my seizures fixed and stuff like that, and yeah, and then everything was good. I went back home, but yeah. So now you guys know I've had a couple seizures. I've only had 4, but I don't remember the other 2, or the last one. I don't remember the last one really well, so yeah. But yeah, but I can talk to, in another video I can talk to my mom about it. We can talk more about it anyway. But basically, if you guys don't know, I haven't really spoken out about this because it affected me really hardly. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Anyway, so there was this actor on Disney Channel named Cameron Boyce, and I didn't know he had seizures. No one did. Anyway, so basically he had seizures, and I can't remember when he died, but like I'll put the date on here. But basically, that date is when Cameron Boyce died from a seizure in his sleep. So I watched a thing where his parents were talking about it, and they talked about how he would have seizures a lot when he would sleep, and he would have them so much that he would bite his tongue and his tongue would start bleeding. And that is a very common thing. Sorry guys. That's a very common thing for people to do when they have a seizure. I've never done it before. I never did that, I'm pretty sure, when I had a seizure, but I think that's because I was always awake. But actually no, I know another person that was awake when they, okay, anyway. But basically a lot of people do that. Another thing a lot of people also do, but not everyone does, when they have a seizure, is they shake around and they flop around. That's another thing someone does when they have a seizure. Or people do what I used to do, is I would just fall down and like, yeah. But whenever you fall down, sometimes you gotta, whoever's around you has to be very careful, because a lot of people, when they're having seizures, they may be like sitting in their chair and they may fall and they may hit their head. And that could kill someone. That could kill that person. That could hurt that person really bad. So yeah, and I'm not joking about this. This isn't a joke, and this isn't like, this is serious. And I'm being really serious, and I hope you guys know that. Okay, so yeah, so let's talk about Cameron Boyce for a little bit more. So, if you guys don't know, when I was little, I used to watch Cameron Boyce all the time. I watched him on Jessie. I watched him on Descendants, you know. I watch him on a lot of things, and I thought he was a great actor. I even had a little crush on him, like almost every person did. So yeah. And when I was watching all these things, everyone said how amazing he was, and how awesome he was, and just how a shine of light he was. I don't know him personally, so I can't say I can't say that he was like that, but I'm just saying what other people were saying. But what I remember the most is Cameron's voice was like either my age or a little bit older than me, if I remember right. He was like either my age or a little bit older than me, if I remember right. And or he was like around my age, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, basically I'll put in this how old he actually was. So yeah, so you guys can. I'll put my age and his age together so you can see what the difference was. But yeah. But basically, why it hit so hard for me was because okay. Basically, I had seizures, and I didn't have that bad of seizures. I realized that, but it really made me love life and me realize how lucky I am to have survived my seizure stage. I don't have seizures anymore, and it can't ever come back anymore because I'm 18. So, well, I don't think it can. It probably could, but like every person I've talked to is like, if you have had seizures when you were a little kid, then they probably can grow out. But if you had seizures like close to adult age or adult when you got seizures, then they're never gonna go away. So okay. Seizures affect everyone. Seizures will affect everyone who had seizures will affect anyone and everyone. They don't even just affect the person who has seizures, they affect the family members too. Because look at, like, for example, Cameron's voice situation. He had seizures, and that affected his family when he died. That affected everyone around him when he died. It doesn't just affect the person who has seizures. And seizures can, so seizures, you can get seizures. Seizures doesn't care how old you are, doesn't care what race you are, doesn't care what gender you are, what sexuality you are. It can happen to anyone. Anyone can get seizures. As long as you have a brain, you can get seizures. But if you don't have a brain, then you're dead, so. Sorry. Yeah. I'd say more, but I feel like I'm about to cry, and I don't want to cry on here, so I'm just gonna wait until the lighting fixes himself. Maybe it won't. Okay, there we go. Now it's fixing himself. Anyway, I just want to say, like this video if you guys like me, hit subscribe to become a small bean, and hit the bell icon so you get notifications on my videos, and love you guys. Mwah.